What is up, YouTube? How's it going? This is Diamond Hands Dave, and we are starting the small account challenge out strong. Small account summer series. I was talking in the previous video about how it's been a while since I posted, and that I'm coming back and want to try to do something fun and kind of take you guys along my trading journey. I have here a $129 Iron Beam account that I'm going to try to scale up to as much as I can. The point of this is really to be process focused instead of profit focused. And as you can see there, that's my position. So this is a trade I took today. For context, the market has been rallying pretty aggressively. We were in a broad 2-week range of support at 59.87 to 78 and resistance of 60.99 to 60.82, and we broke out this range about a week and a half ago, and we've been aggressively rallying ever since, just rallying and then consolidating, bull flagging, and then rallying again. And so today we broke out of the most recent consolidation at around 61.40 support, which was a trade for yesterday, the 61.40 failed breakdown, based on Adam Mancini's trade setups. I trade with Adam Mancini, and but I take my own trades, obviously. And so I took trade, I'm good on other accounts. Didn't take any actual trades today on any of my other accounts, but this account, given that it's a small account challenge, and I'm starting it today, wanted to record my first trade on this account, and I will be recording every trade that I take on this account for the challenge. And so as you guys can see, the trade that I took was a pullback to the 61.90 area, which is that green trend line that you guys see right there, for a level to level move. Take profit at 61.95, just 5 points. Given that this is a small account, $129, I'm not going to be too fancy, not going to be too aggressive. Gonna take one contract position size on the micro ES, MES, and take it level to level, and then trying to build the account out that way. Consistency is going to be key here, so I want to take you guys along this journey with me. I think it'll be fun, nice little challenge for the summer. Hopefully we can make some decent profits, but the goal here is really just to focus on the process, to focus on identifying the setup, taking the setup, being disciplined to manage the trade appropriately, take our profits level to level, and then reset our buys from scratch to wait for the next setup opportunity. So I do want to give you guys just some housekeeping things. Obviously, this is not a live trade. I primarily trade on my phone. So that's why you guys are getting this in not real time. So I'm screen recording when I take the trade, and then I'm going back and doing my overlay reaction afterwards. So hence why not live. I don't know if there's a way to live stream on mobile. If there is, someone please let me know, because that would definitely change the game. So until there's a way you could live stream from your phone and record your screen while doing it, this is the best that I got. So that's why the trade is not exactly live. It was taken today though, so just wanted to preface with that. Also, you probably will notice the actual trade screen is very in a square. I had to edit the video because it was like 32 minutes long, and so I don't want to bore you guys for that long, so I edited in iMovie, and for some reason iMovie just defaults it to this shape. Again, if anybody knows how I can prevent that from happening, I looked it up on ChatGPT. It's something with the crop settings, but I couldn't find them on mobile. So if anybody can help out with that, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm not super tech savvy with the iMovie or editing. This is like my first time doing it, so hoping it works out. I just trade. I'm not a video editor, but I know a lot of you guys have some killer editing skills, so that would be helpful if anybody has any tips. So yeah, so those are the housekeeping things. So as you guys can see, this trade kind of took its time to work. 32 minutes. So I've condensed this video from 32 minutes to about 12 minutes and 58 seconds. And so I'm giving you my reaction for 13 minutes. But, you know, good day one, good start. And also, you know, if I happen to blow the account tomorrow, it's fine. This is just for fun. But at the same time, we'll try to be disciplined and take profits level to level and wait for the actual setups and not something that I think is a setup. Again, it's easy to say you'll be disciplined and do things, but when it comes down to it, when the markets are actually open, sometimes you can get mentally hijacked. And I'm speaking from experience because there have been plenty of times where I myself have been mentally hijacked. I know what setups I'm looking for. I know what I need to be doing. I know how to do it. I have everything I need to succeed. But the second the market opens, it's as if your brain hijacks you for the dopamine and you end up doing things you know are not right. And you know what you're doing is not right, but you're doing it anyway to get that, you know, get that dopamine rush. So be careful for that. Be careful with that. Try not to, you know, be aware when you're being mentally hijacked and just have a checklist. That's what I'm doing. I'm having a checklist on what I'm actually looking for and what I'm actually willing to take. And I know how to filter out the noise. So that's really why it takes people a long time to be consistently profitable in day trading, because it's not about day trading itself. It's not about, you know, your strategy or the setup or managing the trade. That's not what keeps people back. That's not what holds people back. People are held back from profitability because of themselves, because of their emotions, because of their greed, because of them getting mentally hijacked when the market opens. You know, you could have a perfectly sound plan. You could have everything mapped out, but the second the market opens, you're just a different person. So be vigilant for that. You know, we can't fully eliminate that because we're human, but if you can minimize that as much as possible, you're already on a strong way to success. So I also want to shout out some other phone traders. Corey, the phone trader, I know he trades on his phone, so shout out to you, man. I know you bring out some good content, so good on that. You guys may notice like some random things in the video, like you just saw my screen flip sideways. You might hear some random noises just because I'm out walking, trying to enjoy the weather and stream my trades at the same time. But yeah, I just want to also talk about, like, you know, I obviously haven't been very active on YouTube, and that's mainly because I'm trying to work on myself, trying to work on my psychology, work on my trading, so that way I can come to you guys with a nicely packaged trader content. So, but I do hope you enjoy the series. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. If you like the content, I'm hoping to bring out value to you guys, hoping to bring out value to the trading community, and really trying to push consistency, push one and done. And really that's it. Just, you know what you need to look out for, you know what you need to do. It's really just a matter of doing it. So yeah, this trade, honestly, I don't know if I've said this already or not, but the only reason this trade worked the way it did is because we're essentially in like parabolic conditions right now. Like the market is rallying like parabolic, because most of the time when the market does rally, the rallies can be very trappy, and there can be a lot of consolidation in between the rallies. And generally when the market pulls back, first supports rarely ever hold. So to actually have a first support hold is kind of rare, hence why I took this particular trade on this account. And honestly, looking back, you know, after the trade is done and going back to look at the market, you know, the market, you know, pumped way past where my take profit was. Am I upset? No, because I had a plan, and, you know, there's no guarantees that the market's going to continue upside, right? Nobody knows where the market's going to go. the market could trade sideways and consolidate for days, or the market can flush aggressively to the downside, or it can pump aggressively to the upside. Nobody really knows. So that's why you really have to take your profits level to level, and you have to take them at levels that make sense, right? Like if I'm in this trade right now, it makes sense for me to take, especially being on a small account, it makes sense for me to take my profits at the high of those candles, because if we do get a pump, I at least anticipate that we'll at least be testing the high of those candles, which we did. Spoiler alert, but yeah. But you don't want to you don't want to have a take profit that's like 50 or 100 points above your entry. Like that's not realistic. Yeah, the market was rallying aggressively, but do you honestly think that the market's gonna rally another 100 points? And honestly, it could. You never know. But you also want to be realistic with your trading as well. And that's why consistency is really key. And like just, they say that trading is a marathon and not a sprint, right? Hence why the tortoise and the hare story. The tortoise always comes out on top because the hare is looking for quick aggressive gains and is trying to do things as quick as possible, and all while just destroying all the progress because he's trying to do everything so quickly. Meanwhile, the tortoise is taking his time and being very methodical and strategic about things. Yeah, he's not getting as big of gains as the hare is, but over a long-term span, he's building his discipline, he's building consistency, and over that time frame, he's able to make an astounding amount of gains because of that consistency that he's built. So I also don't want to try to talk too much because I know I can kind of go on, but yeah, those are the key things, man. Like just consistency really is key, and it is the key to success for being a successful trader. So yeah, I think you guys just saw my entry. My take profit just got taken, and it was so quick. So that was the trade. So it was a nice 61.90 entry, 61.95 take profit. Successful trade on the first trade of the small account, and we're going to try to just repeat this day after day. And my end goal with this challenge, I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, it's just really focusing on the process. So I want to focus on one day at a time. This is a summer challenge, so hopefully by the end of the summer we have a nice bag. But yeah, we're just going to be consistent. See you guys later. Peace.